All rise.
This is Deeper Than Money. Talk to me. I want viewers watching my show to believe in themselves.
Judge Hatchett is compelling.
If he is not going to honor you, he needs to be gone.
Compassionate.
I don't want you to give up on your dreams. I don't. And I want to figure out how we get this straight.
She's powerful.
If I were in this situation, I would have put you out too.
And she's on the bench.
I feel like I'm being judged here.
That's what I do.
You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Taylor Webb is suing Victor Knight in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Webb claims a rookie surfer carelessly cut her off and says her board lodged into a reef and broke, and the defendant needs to pay for a replacement.
I understand that you're in court suing the defendant for $1,000.
Yes.
And that I see that you brought a broken surfboard. So begin by telling me what happened, please.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Taylor Webb. I am 25. I'm a part-time surf instructor, part-time legal assistant, and this man is responsible for breaking my prized possession, my favorite surfboard, due to his negligence. We were all surfing at Swami Beach, and it was a really big day because there were 8-foot swells, and so there were a lot of people there, like 15 people, and I could tell right from the jump that this man was a newbie. And
How could you tell he was a newbie?
well, first off, he had a longboard, which you don't surf big waves with a longboard. Like, that's just a beginner type of board because it's easier to stay on. And also, he just wasn't respecting the rules of the wave. Like, he dropped in and cut in on my friend Jesse, and Jesse had to bail out of the wave because Victor dropped in right in front of him.
Okay, so I'm going to hear from you, Jesse, in just a moment. But let me start with you, Victor.
Yes, Your Honor.
She says that you were acting inappropriately, and that is why she's suing you for the damage to her board. Are you a seasoned surfer? She says you kind of act like a newbie. What's going on here?
To be honest, Judge, I've been always enamored by the surf lifestyle, but I haven't really been surfing except for 6 months. And so in those 6 months, I've learned a lot. I love new challenges. I love doing new things. And I picked this hobby up to kind of unwind from work and also to get some exercise in. And
It is
I
good
was having
exercise.
fun.
Now, I do know that. Now,
Yes,
I'm
it
not a
is, Your Honor.
surfer, but I know enough
You would
about
love it.
surfing to know that it is some serious exercise.
Right. And I
Because
need to
you have
lose some
got-
pounds, so.
Yeah, and you got to have a strong core.
That's
because
right.
I mean, the balance on that is incredible. And if you don't have a strong core, then you can't keep your balance on the board.
You're
I mean,
completely
you just
right,
really
Your Honor.
can't. Were you at a point where you could have dealt effectively with 8-foot swells? I mean, that's no joke. So
It's a great challenge.
Roughly how tall are you, so that we can get back?
So I'm 6'1". I'm around 270 pounds.
Okay.
I was a professional power lifter. I'm done with that,
Ooh.
and now I'm a surfer. And I can
Gotcha.
call myself a surfer.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this, Victor, so that we can all have some perspective about height. If you're, let's just say round figures, you're 6 feet tall.
Correct.
So now if you lift your arm,
Yep.
would that be another up? If you did
yeah.
it straight up, would that be 8 feet? That wouldn't be quite 8 feet, would it?
Almost
Maybe?
8 feet, because my surfboard, my longboard, is around 8.5 feet, and it's taller than that.
Okay.
So, and that's the one that I use.
Okay, so that everybody in the courtroom can see, raise your hand one more time. So we're talking actually a wave that's probably a little bit higher than that. Is that fair?
Correct, overhead.
Because if you're 6 feet, that's not 2 more feet, right?
Correct.
Okay, so everybody understand, we're talking about a wave. Thank you. I just want to be able for us to have some perspective
Oh, sure.
on this. So after 6 months, were you at the place where you could be on a beach that had 8-foot swells?
Yes, I could, Your
No,
Honor.
he was
yes,
not,
I
Your
could.
Honor.
Had you done
could.
it before?
I
that
had
day?
been Tamarack Beach. It's mellow waves, about 1 to 3 foot waves rolling. Really friendly community there of surfers.
Right.
And I do really well there. I crush there. So I said, 6 months. I got a promotion at work. I work at an office supply company outside Carlsbad, and I felt I was ready. I saw the swell. I saw the surf report that Swami's was having 8-foot waves, and I said, today's the day.
Okay, now, Victor, but let's back up here. Let's back up. You have been at one beach where we're talking about 1 foot
Correct.
to 3 feet.
But it was easy for me, Judge. It
Wait.
was easy. Yes.
Work with me on this, right? So we got 1 foot. Is that about a foot?
Less.
A little bit less.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're small waves.
Small
I
waves.
admit.
So small waves. And then we get to the place where we got about, is that good? About 3?
That's about 3, yes.
Okay. Now we got one that you were saying was like way up here. So how
But
did we
Judge, I
get
was
from
ready.
3 feet to 8 feet?
Judge, it's
Ego.
only
With
5
nothing
foot.
in between.
She's 5 foot. It's only a little taller. I was ready, and I did
And you
well.
were ready.
She would admit to it. I did well
I would
that
not,
day.
Your Honor.
That morning that I was out there with with them both, I did well.
All right, stand up.
Coming up on The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
I'm either my board's going to go into his head or vice versa.
It was a
And so
long
I
distance,
bail
Judge.
out.
No, it was not.
It was his fault.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Taylor Webb, who is suing Victor Knight for property damage.
Jesse, talk to me. You were out there. He says, oh man, he was ready to crush it. He got this promotion at work and he was feeling like,
riding.
okay, I've gone from 1 foot to 3 feet to... And I'm only 5. Listen, I'm not going to say, I round up to 5'2". You know, listen, I have that prerogative. I can round my height up.
Okay.
Now, that is not even anywhere near 8 feet, right? If I'm standing up, okay. All right, so now we go from 1 to 3 to, 8. All right, Jesse, you were out there. So what did you observe? He says, listen, I'm ready. I got this. Got this great promotion. I've been with the 1 to 3. Now I'm ready for the 8-foot waves. He says that he was crushing it that day. Things were going well. What did you observe?
I observed the opposite. Okay,
How so? Talk to me.
Okay, I'm out there. You know, I'm in the lineup. You know, it's my. I'm next to go up for the wave.
Okay.
And I'm riding the wave. You know, I'm having a good time. And then, lo and behold, who pops in front of me, almost knocks me off my board. Okay, this Barney.
Come on.
But yeah, there we go again, Judge. All these names from
All right,
these
come on.
surfers.
Let's be respectful. Let's
All right,
be
all right.
respectful.
Yes,
Come
ma'am.
on now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you say that Victor cuts in.
He cuts in, he drops in, cuts me off. I'm either my board's going to go into his head or vice versa.
It was a
And so
long
I
distance,
bail
Judge.
out.
No, it was not.
It was his fault. I bail out. And
So you're
then-
watching this. So
Yes,
you're,
I was watching it
Yeah.
from the shore. I was getting ready to go in. I was getting my wetsuit on.
Okay.
I watched the whole
so you
thing.
can see the whole thing.
Yeah, he cut in like 5 to 10 feet in front of him, and it could have been so dangerous.
Judge, when you're
Yeah.
out there, it's every man and woman for themselves.
That is not true.
Whoa,
That is not
wait a
true.
minute now, Victor. Come on, there is I can't, again, I'm not a surfer. I know enough about surfing to know that there is a certain protocol
Right.
that you have to respect people. It's not every man or woman for him or herself, okay?
Right.
I mean, you would want people to be respectful of you.
Of course.
And not cut in and cause you to have perhaps an accident.
And I told him that. I swam up to him and I told him, I said, look, you can't do that. That's not respectful. The rules of the wave, which I actually brought.
Bring the rules of the wave. Let me see this. I didn't know there were such things called rules of the wave.
There's
I
not,
mean, it's-
Judge. These are unofficial rules.
For
When you say
seasoned
unofficial,
surfers.
what does that mean?
Every surfer who gets in the water knows these rules. When you come up to the wave, it's whoever's closest to the crest of the wave, that's who gets to go.
Who gets the right of way?
Yeah, that's who gets the right of
In
way.
most cases, Judge.
What do you mean
In all
most
cases.
In most cases. That
Talk to
day,
me. Talk to me.
the waves were too tasty, Judge. They were too good. Everyone wanted a piece of these waves.
Listen, this
And
guy.
I'm not going to wait out there and let these people just overtake me just because I'm the new guy. I didn't know anybody out there, Judge. They all knew each other. They were bullying me out there, Judge. So I had to take mine.
We were
I had to
not
get it.
bullying him.
Now,
We're
listen.
seasoned and we know each other because we're
Judge, they were
all down there
bullying me.
every day, so we can surf 8-foot waves.
Right, they're local,
This guy should
salty.
stick to the 3-footers.
No, how am I ever going to get better? This is my life. This is my passion now.
Well, is there such a thing, Victor? I'm really trying to work with you on this. Is there such a thing now that we get up to 1 to 3? Is there such a thing as maybe we get to 3 to 4 and 5 without going out to the 8?
There is, Judge, but what fun is that? I mean, I'm riding a high right now. I'm doing really well in all my life. I want the best.
So, rules of the waves, right? And you're saying, it's not really official, but obviously there is some consideration because otherwise it would just be absolute chaos out there. Agree?
That's correct.
Agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, you're
So,
right.
I would use the analogy that you're at a 4-way stop sign, right? And so one car gets to the stop sign before your car gets to the stop sign. And what you're saying to me is the wave was so good, even though the first car that got to this 4-way stop sign had the right of way, I'm just gonna go out here and take the wave.
I couldn't resist, Judge. Plus, everyone else was doing it too. It wasn't just me.
What?
There was 4 or 5
That's
people on
not
every
true.
wave.
That's actually
and
not
whoever
true.
rode it the longest, they got it.
That's not
Everyone
how it
else
works.
dropped out.
So
There was
So-
plenty of room for everyone.
maybe I've been watching too many movies, but I do see more than one person on a wave.
Correct,
Right?
yes.
There could be, but they are at different places on the wave. Is that fair?
yeah.
In friendly spots.
Right?
Exactly.
But what I am hearing them say, Victor, is that you are in a situation where you cut in front because you're so anxious to ride the wave.
I was excited, Judge. I was.
Okay, all right.
Right.
So stop right there. So now go back, Taylor. Tell me what happened to your board.
Yes, so after that incident occurred, I was out in the water and I started to ride waves. And like 15 minutes after this happened, I was on a wave. He cut in, dropped in right in front of me, like the same exact thing that happened to Jesse. And I lost my balance. Normally I would bail out of a wave if like it wasn't going well, but I lost my balance. I rolled off into the water and I had to be very careful because it was low tide and there was a coral reef right there.
Coming up,
I mean, everybody was feeling it. It's just that surfer.
Yeah, so I want to
high.
be clear that everybody understands. I'm not saying you were out there intoxicated, but there's kind of a excitement of being high, like, whoa.
That's why I love it.
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Taylor Webb, who is suing Victor Knight for property damage.
And it's super dangerous, which is why stuff like this shouldn't be happening. But my board, the tip of it, lodged in like the crevice of the reef. And then like it's right here. And then the force of the wave when it was lodged in the reef, like snapped it in half, which this is such a special board to me.
Why is it special?
I won it in my first major surf competition in high school, and it was gifted to me by a pro surfer who I really look up to, and it's custom made, it's irreplaceable.
So come on, Victor. Do you not bear any responsibility for this? I mean, you said, oh, Judge, I'm really excited. You know, it's just feeling it, you know? I mean, you were kind of like on, I don't mean like you were high, but kind of a...
I kind of was, Judge. I mean, everybody was feeling it. It's just that surfer.
Yeah, so I want
high.
to be clear that everybody understands. I'm not saying you were out there intoxicated, but there's kind of a excitement of being high, like, whoa,
Right.
here comes this wave.
That's why I love it.
Yes, but there also has to be some responsibility of being safe because the thing is it could have been reversed, right? You could have gotten knocked off. You could have hit your head in low tide on a coral, had a concussion, big gash in your scalp. I mean, you know, I'm just trying to get some understanding about what was really happening that day. And what I think is that you were excited.
Coming up,
He's older than me, he's a man. I feel like that all had something to do with it. He just wasn't taking
Your
me
Honor,
seriously.
that's hilarious. Nothing happened according to what she just said.
And what happened according to you?
you're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. The Verdict with Judge Hatchett is back with the case of Taylor Webb, who is suing Victor Knight for property damage.
According to your complaint that you filed with the court, you actually offered to give him lessons,
I did, so
which seems very generous.
it was, but I also needed to recoup the money for the board.
So what happened?
I managed to find the
yes.
pieces of my board in the surf. I brought him back to the beach. I waited for him to get out of the water. It took him long enough. And I confronted him. I was very upset, and I told him that this type of thing would have happened, and it did. And so we exchanged phone numbers, and he told me when I cooled off that we could figure it out. And it just felt very belittling because it felt like he was talking to me like that because I'm a woman and I'm a seasoned surfer. He's not. He's older than me. He's a man.
Yeah.
I feel like that all had something to do with it. He just wasn't taking
Your
me
Honor,
seriously.
that's hilarious. Nothing happened according to what she just said.
And what happened according to you?
Okay, when I shared the wave with her and she knew that I took her wave, even though she looked small and pretty and just tiny, she looked like a monster out there when she came up to me, called me names to my face, called me a kook, a newbie, a Barney, all these names. I tuned her out. I don't want to hear it. So then she broke her board, and I feel bad about that, I do. She went back to the sand. I finished my session, I paddled back in, and here I see this tiny woman is now a giant screaming at me. I just want to get out of there.
It's exaggeration.
It was in the morning, I wanted to go to work. I said, let's just exchange numbers. We'll handle this when you calm down.
Later, did you offer to do anything to accommodate the board being broken?
To be honest, Your Honor, I hoped that she would have lost my number. I didn't want to hear from her again. I never wanted
I
to
bet
see
you
her
did.
again.
I bet you
would never
did
went to
think.
Shawnee's again.
I bet you did
She
think.
offered me lessons. Why do I want lessons from her after she berates me out there
It's
in
for
the ocean
safety. You
and on the
didn't know what
sand?
you were doing,
And I
so
think
I
being
offered
safe would
them
be
out of the
wearing
goodness
a
of my
leash
heart.
on your leg too, right,
Okay.
Judge?
Judge Hatchett's verdict when we return. You're watching The Verdict with Judge Hatchett.
I think that you were so anxious to get on that wave. I don't think it is relevant to this case that she wasn't wearing a leash. She's a seasoned surfer. She's even an instructor. But Victor, you're gonna have to pay the $1,000 to get this. I know. But you know what? I'm gonna give you 12 months to do it. I need you, it doesn't necessarily have to be from her, but I need you to take some lessons, right? Could we, Taylor, have a little bit of adjustment on this? I mean, do we have to do $1,000? I mean, I know this board means a lot to you, but could we just make some kind of adjustment on here? I'm gonna go down to $750 if he'll plan to get some lessons. All right, so I'm gonna award $750 with the understanding that you're gonna get some lessons and that you're gonna commit to safety. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right,
Thank you,
I don't
Judge.
usually say that in my courtroom. Have you ever heard me say that before? Is that cool?
No.
Really, I'm trying to fix this today.
Hang loose, Judge.
Hang loose, right. So I'm going to enter judgment. I'm going to give you 12 months to come up with the money. Hopefully you'll do it sooner, but I am going to enter judgment for the plaintiff for the reasons I've said for the amount of $750. We'll stand adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $750 within 12 months.
You know, it's not exactly what I asked for, but I'm glad that something like this won't happen again if he takes lessons.
I'm happy with it. It's done now. I'm gonna get lessons.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.